Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Well, today guys, Nvidia stock has fell 7% and is sitting now at the time of market close at $139 a share. Now, what's good about that? Well, not good, but if you're an investor, what's cool about it is this price hasn't been this low since March of 2020, close to it. When I bought into Nvidia, it was like $120 stock, at the time before it took off in the skyrocketed a few years back. So as an investor, I mean, that's looking good because it's close to where I bought it at, and I will be buying some more during this week, sometime or another. But what's causing that to go down is news this morning came out that the U.S. has banned the export of work to China from Nvidia, mainly dealing with their AI chips. And the chips that they're talking about are the A100, and I think it's called the H100 chip. Now these chips, one of the two, I'm not sure which one, is in research, is still being researched, and the other chip, I think the A100 is the one that's not in development. But the H100, I think they said, has military capabilities, right? And that's what they're in fear of, thus creating a ban. Now, as far as the chips, from what I've seen in the news, the chips still can be worked on and made by Chinese, in China with certain partners, but it has to be licensed to China if they want to purchase it. Now, how that's going to work out, I don't know. But a few things, if you stick around near the end of the video, I want to talk about some key points that I feel, as investors, we need to be mindful of, and some things we need to watch. But getting back to this, right? Nvidia reported after they said all this happened, as far as the ban goes. Now, AMD is not out of the woods neither, right? And we'll get to them in a second. But AMD is predicting that their next fiscal quarter, they stand to lose $400 million, not having the China customers, right? Now, Russia is involved, but Russia doesn't have any direct-to-consumer or business applications, but Russia's included in the ban. Now, what's funny about the ban is a lot of the companies, of course, they're requiring everybody that wants to have these chips to have licensing now, countries. So like France, Italy, Germany, if they want the chips, they still can get the chips, even though it requires licensing. But I think that licensing, is a little bit lenient more than Russia and China, because those are more of, we're at odds with them right now. We all know that, because like Nvidia said they're going to lose value, right? Next fiscal quarter. That's coming off of, if you've been watching the news, it's coming off of they had a slower than expected quarterly earning a couple weeks ago, right? The gaming revenue was weaker, which, they gave a forecast a couple weeks before the earnings came out, and let investors know, thus the stock continues to fall. Now, as far as the chips, right, and the impact, to me personally, Nvidia's falling. It's still a good company. The $400 million, it'll sting, but it ain't going to kill them, because the company's worth billions. Now, China's accusing America of an abuse of power, right? Take it how you are. If you're into politics or not, you can make whatever you want to make out of that. But me personally, just in my opinion, speaking for me, I would be watching the following stock. The following stocks I would be watching are Tesla. Stocks that are, companies that are over there. I'll be watching Tesla because, they already going through their own situations. Then the geopolitical stuff between the United States and them and Taiwan, this could wind up being a mess, right? So as an investor of Nvidia myself, I'll just be watching to see if this price drops any further. Now, China can make their own chips. You know, let's not discount that. They can make their own chips. Now, how that works out, I don't know. But as far as the situation here, I'll be watching Tesla. I'll be watching AMD, because AMD has a chip called MI250, I think. And they can't sell. This applied to them too. So they can't sell chips to Russia or China, and they require licensing. See, they put the licensing on it, so they're like, okay, who applying for the license? We can see who wants the chip. And then it's kind of like, you know, pick your poison whether it's issued or not. And I will definitely be watching Taiwan Semiconductor. You know, because, you know, China already wants to take Taiwan back. And, you know, theoretically speaking, well, hypothetically speaking, I don't, you know, it could be a major play if anything ever comes with the trying to take back Taiwan, you know. But I would definitely be looking at those companies, you know, Taiwan Semiconductor, Tesla, you know, and various companies that are over there in the market dealing with those type of stocks or any type of technical stocks. Because if China's threatening, I mean, saying, you know, accusing the U.S. of abuse of power, you know how countries are. It's tit for tat a lot of times. So they can often, you know, do little things like, okay, you take this from me, I'll take that from you, and we'll go back and forth, you know. But until it comes to that, you know, as an investor, you want to keep your eyes peeled to see what's going on. Now, you might not have to take care of watching the news every day, but you just want to keep your eyes peeled of what's going on in the world. And a lot of times it can give you telltale signs of the next thing to jump into as a stock to invest, you know. So that's basically it. I just wanted to drop a little bit of knowledge on this. I just got in, so I didn't really have time to look at the whole thing. Some more news might have changed. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it, what I wanted to talk about. But if you could, man, leave me a comment. If you know a little bit more than me about what's came out today, you know, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. It's all about learning and sharing the knowledge. You know, as always, like and subscribe. And always invest. Stay in it. And I'll see you in the next video.